Hey guys, Weeby Newz here, and today we are back with yet another video. And Hootie's here! He was very upset that he didn't get to listen along to the last couple of sagas, so I made sure he was here for this one. And because this one takes place in hell, and that's where Hootie was born. But yeah, today we are watching more Epic the Musical, and today's saga is the Underworld Saga. I am very interested to see this saga. I really love the songs from the last couple of sagas. Like, I have been listening to almost all of them on repeat, like nonstop since recording that video. So I'm super excited to start this saga and see where the story takes us from here. I'm also really curious to see how this trip goes because I've listened to Ruthlessness like over and over again since recording that video. And one of the parts that's like the most haunting to me is right at like the end of the song after the bridge when you can hear like all of the crew members like screaming like Captain, Captain, like, oh my God, that part gives me chills every time. Like, they're just calling out to Odysseus while they're like all dying. And like, I'm really curious if Odysseus is gonna have to confront like all the people who died in that song while he's in the underworld. And I'm wondering like if they'll blame him for their deaths. You know what I mean? Especially since like, even like right before that song happened, we had Luck Runs Out, where like Eurylochus was kind of like, blaming Odysseus for like the people who had died already's deaths. Like you rely on a wit and people die on it. And I feel like in that song, the fact that you kind of like hear more and more voices like chime in like with each and every chorus kind of shows that like a decent amount of the crew kind of agreed with Eurylochus. So I'm very curious to see if those crew members that he meets in the underworld are going to blame him. I think they kind of will, honestly. But I guess we'll see. I'm also really hoping we'll see Poltees while we're down there. Maybe he could be like a good influence on Odysseus if like if my theory about the crew is correct, since I don't really feel like he would blame Odysseus for his death, I feel like he would just be, a sweet little princess to Odysseus, the sweet little Disney princess that we know and love him to be. But yeah, I will stop yapping so we can go ahead and get into this. But yeah, please do be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you do enjoy my videos. That kind of stuff just help out a bunch. And yeah, let's go ahead and get right into this. Okay, so the first song we're gonna be listening to is The Underworld. And this animatic is made by The Artiste. I like their username, it's kind of silly.
Friends, Cersei's instructions were clear. No matter what we hear, full speed ahead until we find the prophet. My comrades, this land confuses your mind.
Okay.
So no matter who we find, full speed ahead until
I feel like I'm trying to remember if it was like Hercules or what exactly it was, but I do feel like there was like a Greek mythology like movie or story that I saw where like yeah, the ghost would try to like kind of pull you into the underworld. I think it makes sense too, like if you see like your mom or somebody who's like passed away and you see them in the underworld, like you might be tempted to stay there with them because it's like this person you haven't seen in forever.
we find the prophet. Good.
Spooky. It's turning green too. Nice. Set the atmosphere.
All I hear are screams. Every time I dare to close my eyes, I no longer dream. Only nightmares of those who died. Nothing's what it seems.
It would be pretty creepy to be in the underworld now that I think about it. Like literally just being like in hell surrounded by ghosts who were like screaming. That'd be pretty agonizing. I don't think I could really sleep that well either. But hey, Odysseus, you already got practice in not sleeping for 9 days in that other song. So you should be good, buddy.
Nothing's what it seems. Nothing's what it seems. And here in the underworld, the past seems close behind. This land confuses your mind.
Okay.
When does a man
Oh!
become a monster?
I had a feeling Just a Man was gonna come back in this series because I was like, I feel like that is really the song that keeps like coming back up over and over again. I feel like it is such a like core theme of this like I don't know, there's like a musical, like, is Odysseus a man or is he a monster? Was he a monster for killing the baby at the beginning? Or is he a monster for not killing the Cyclops, which like inevitably led to like almost all of his crew getting killed? I'm wondering too, I'm like, is that his crew that's like popping up out of there singing Just a Man? We shall see.
558 men
Oh, it is!
who died under your command. Captain,
No.
Captain.
Ah, screaming for him just like they did in Ruthlessness too. That part really is so freaking good, dude. I get chills whenever I hear it.
Captain, Captain, why would you let the Cyclops live when ruthlessness is mercy? All I hear are screams.
Spouting back what Poseidon said, huh? So is this real though? Because they keep talking about how like the underworld like plays tricks on your mind. You know what I mean? Could this be like a trick from like Hades or like demons or something? I don't know. I don't really remember much about how the underworld works in Greek mythology.
All I hear are screams. Every time I dare to close my eyes, I no longer dream. Only nightmares of those who died.
Dang.
Nothing's what it seems. Nothing's what it seems. But in the underworld, the past seems close behind. I keep thinking of the infant from that night.
Oh.
I keep thinking of the infant from that night.
Oh my God, is the infant here too? I didn't even think about that. Oh God, that's gonna be bad too. Poor Odysseus, man. No matter what he does, he like is a monster. You know what I mean? Like it's not fucking fair. Kill the infant, you're a monster. Don't kill the Cyclops, you're a monster. Like, oh my God. Oh, poor dude.
This life is amazing.
No.
When you
No.
open arms. Whatever we face,
goodness.
we'll be fine if we're leading from the heart. No matter the place, so we can light up the world. Here's how to
Oh my goodness.
start. Greet the world with open
Aww.
arms. Greet the world with open arms.
Oh. Was that really him? It seemed like it was him. He's still a positive little Disney princess. I love that. Still singing open arms. Aw. I miss him, dude. Polides is so adorable. Why do you have to die, man? Couldn't he have at least made it like another saga or two before he died? Like, they killed him off so quickly. It makes me so sad. Who's that?
That voice. It can't be. Mom?
Oh! Aw! Aw.
Odysseus, when you come home, I'll be waiting.
Oh.
Even if you're the last thing I see, I'll be waiting.
Does she not realize she's dead? Like Odysseus, when you come home, I'll be waiting. Oh, did she die like while he was at war? And she like still thinks she's waiting on him in like Ithaca? Oh my God, that's so sad. I like the way they kind of like demonstrated these little like spirits too. It's almost like they're kind of like trapped in their own worlds, you know what I mean? Like she still thinks she's waiting on Odysseus, kind of like in her own little like room. And then Polites is still singing open arms, dude, dancing with the little lotus eaters. Oh, oh no.
I took too long.
Oh my God, that's such a horrible way to find that out too, that like she literally died while you were gone. They were gone for like a super duper long time, so it makes sense, but man, that's terrible. And then to like hear her but not be able to like reach her, like, oh my God, and knowing she's like stuck in like an eternity of just like waiting for him. Like it doesn't even seem like she realizes that she's dead, and she's just like, I'm still waiting for you, son, to come back from the war. Oh my God, that is so sad, dude. That's gonna make me tear up.
And ventured to while you were waiting.
Oh. I hope she can sense him somehow, dude. That's just so tragic.
Bye, Mom.
Damn.
All I hear are screams. Every time I dare to close my eyes,
Okay, Odysseus. Sing it, man.
But in the underworld, your past is always close behind. Your past is always close behind. Down in the underworld.
Oh, wow. That was really beautiful. Oh, man. That part with his mom really got to me, dude. That was so sad, but so sweet, man. I can't imagine, like, finding out that your mom died, like, that way, and then also seeing her just, like, stuck in that endless loop, too, and, like, trying to, like, call out for her, but she can't hear you. Like, that is just beyond tragic. I hope she, like, I don't know, sensed him, you know, especially like these panels where it kind of shows her like comforting him almost. Like, I'm hoping like she can at least kind of be out of that loop. But gosh, that was really tragic. Yeah, I guess the last part too, when he starts belting, is him just kind of like letting out all of his like sadness and frustration and grief, you know. I feel like, yeah, you can really hear like the emotion in his performance too at the end there. That was a really cool way to end the song. Like after so much sadness, kind of like have him just kind of like scream to get it out. Cause like, I don't know, it really does kind of feel like that sometimes with like grief. Like you almost just like you get so tired of crying that you just want to scream. You know what I mean? At like how unfair the situation is. So I really like that it ended that way. Okay, so the next song is No Longer You, and this animatic is made by Gwendy NS2D Studios. Okay. Ah, here they are.
I am the prophet with the answers you seek. Time, I've unlocked it.
Okay.
I see past and future running free. There is a world where I help you get home, but that's not a world I know.
What the hell? I could like definitely get you home, and there is definitely like a parallel universe where I do help you, but not in this one, buddy. Why not? What's wrong with this universe? Why won't you help me this time? I know exactly how to get you home, and there definitely is like a universe where I do that, but not in this one, so sorry. The prophet's just like, sorry, you're too much of a douche for me to help you. I mean, like, you really killed a baby at the beginning, and then you let the Cyclops live, like, douche.
What? I see a song of past romance. I see the sacrifice of man. I see portrayals of betrayal and a brother's final stand. I see you on the brink.
Oh, he's predicting the future now. Okay, because I was like, betrayal. I was like, they had like a little fight, you know, with luck runs out, but I didn't think it was that serious. Okay, there's gonna be some betrayal between them, and then it looks like they're gonna like fight to the death or something? Jesus. Hey, Prophet, tag your spoilers, bro.
I see portrayals of betrayal and a brother's final stand. I see you on the brink of death. I see you try a final breath.
Ew.
I see a man.
Looks kind of like in the water too, almost. Does Poseidon finally get to him?
I see a man who gets to make it home alive, but it's no longer you.
Oh, I feel like I might know what it's referring to. I feel like for some reason the ending of the Odyssey is the part that I kind of like remember the most. Because remember once he finally gets home, he like changes his appearance for some reason when he like meets his son and like his wife. So I don't know if like that's what that part's referring to. He's just like not explaining it well, so it sounds a lot more like ominous than it actually is.
This can't be. We've suffered and sailed through the toughest of hells. Now you tell us our efforts for nothing.
Damn.
I see your palace covered in red. Faces of men who had long believed you're dead.
Talking about like all the suitors who try to go after Penelope while he's gone. I remember that being a thing too.
I see your wife with a man who is haunting, a man with a trail of bodies. I see a
Damn! Who's sleeping with my life. I turned down Cersei for this. I can't blame him. Dude, that was just such a guttural scream. And like, it surprised me. He does love Penelope a lot, dude. This is like, she's like the main person who's been like doing this all for. So I can understand him and his reaction. It looks like the guy that is with her though is the same guy that like you know, Odysseus became, that like is no longer recognizable. So I'm kind of wondering if this is like referring to when he's back and his appearance has changed and he's with her. I feel like the prophet might be like messing with him in a way. Like I feel like he's kind of like describing all of this to make it sound like way worse than it actually is. He's just a little drama stir, you know?
I see a song of past romance. I see the sacrifice of man. I see portrayals of betrayal.
I do want to know what happens with that, dude. I really like Eurylochus. I feel like he's become like one of my favorite characters. So seeing that they have like some kind of betrayal and like final stand, I'm like, ooh, drama. The drama was already kind of starting with them with like luck runs out. And then yeah, he did say something in Puppeteer about how he like needed to talk to him about something. I guess we'll see.
And the brother's final stand. I see you on the brink of death. I see you try your final breath. I see a man who gets to make it home alive. But it's no.
Ooh, kill all the suitors for laugh. I do think I remember that part too. That's the trail of bodies he was singing about. Dude, that choir was so epic. I love that.
Death. I see you try your final breath. I see a man who gets to make it home alive. But it's no longer you.
Oh, the wind too. Oh, that shot was so epic. I guess he's just kind of saying like it's no longer you because like you've changed so much. Like after all these trials and tribulations, you're gonna be like so far removed from the person that you were that like it'll be no longer you by the time you make it home. That is really sad. At first I kind of wondered if he was just talking about the appearance change, because I do remember that being a thing once he finally makes it back to Ithaca. He like disguises himself as like an old man or something for some reason. Oh yeah, I guess that means like in a way the song is really about him like becoming a monster by the end of this journey. Dude, Just a Man keeps like becoming more and more relevant every like single saga I watch. That does seem to be like the exact plot of this, is him turning from like a man to a monster over the course of like this whole journey. Oh, that's so cool. Just a man. No wonder it keeps getting referenced. It's literally the plot of this. Okay, next up is Monster, and this one is by Gigi. When does a man become a monster? I assume we're gonna be revisiting it again. I guess he did learn in the last song that he is gonna become a monster, so it might just be him kind of like thinking about that. Okay, let's go ahead and start this. And flash warning to anybody who's sensitive to that kind of stuff. Oh, that kind of sounded like the beginning of Horse and the Infant, didn't it? Oh, it did. We definitely are revisiting the beginning, huh? Yep, literally the same thing. Interesting.
How has everything been turned against us? How did suffering become so endless? How am I to reunite with my estranged?
It's so sad just seeing one ship left, dude. Oh god, that's so depressing. I feel like even just looking at his ship has got to be rough, like remembering how many men he's lost. Like they had started out with so many ships, so many people, dude.
How am I to reunite with my estranged? Do I need to change? I'm surrounded by the souls of those I've lost. I'm the only one whose line I haven't crossed. What if the greatest threat we'll find across the sea is me?
Oh,
What
yikes.
if I'm the monster? What if I'm in the wrong?
That is what this song is gonna be, him like thinking about, am I the monster? Oh man.
What if I'm the monster? What if I'm in the wrong? What if I'm the problem that's been hiding all along? What if I'm the one who killed you every time I cave to guilt? What if I've been far too kind to foes, but a monster to ourselves?
Oh man.
What if I'm the monster?
I can't really tell how I feel about Odysseus sometimes, because I feel like he is just like, you know, a man who is stuck in these like impossibly hard situations where it's like there's not really like an objective right thing to do. But on the other hand, I do think he's really reckless, and I feel like he's overly confident in his like brains and wit to like get out of situations that he doesn't really think about like the consequences, like the whole thing with the Cyclops, like just barging in there, killing the sheep, poisoning him. Then like afterwards, you know, he decides to be nice and let him live, but then he has to brag about it to the Cyclops and share his name and location. And then I guess like even letting the Cyclops live too, like he describes it as like an act of mercy, but it's like you did just like maim him and then like spare him in order for him to like live with that wound the rest of his life. Like not having your sight is a big deal. Like he is literally always going to be thinking of Odysseus when he can't see. And then yeah, Odysseus too is like, I'm your darkest moment. Like, how is that mercy? Like, I'm so nice I let him live, but also I'm your darkest moment. Literally, because you ain't seeing anything anymore. So like, I don't know. I'm like, I do feel bad for him, but at the same time, it's kind of like play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You know what I mean? He is a character I feel very conflicted about. I'm really curious to see what you guys think of him in the comments section, because I feel like I go back and forth so much, like feeling so much like sympathy for him, but then also kind of like not feeling sympathy for him. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm a Eurylochus stan. I heard luck runs out and I was like, this guy has a point.
Is the Cyclops struck with guilt when he kills? Is he up in the middle of the night? Or does he end my men to avenge his friend and then
oh my
slip knowing he's
goodness.
done right?
Is he petting the sheep? What a softie, dude. I know some of you guys said you think that he meant like, oh, my favorite sheep as in like my favorite sheep to eat kind of thing. But I like headcanoning that he's just a softie and that he just loves the sheep and they're just a little pet and the Cyclops vegan. I know it's wrong, but it's still a nice thought.
When the witch turns men to pigs to protect her nymphs, is she going insane? Or did she learn to be colder when she got older and now she saves them the pain?
Yeah. I love my girl Circe. She's a queen. Interesting though. So he's kind of like comparing himself to like Circe and the Cyclops because they're like the I guess like antagonists or like monsters that he's faced so far. And kind of like, do they think they're monsters? I really like the concept of the song. This is cool.
When a god comes down and makes the fleet drown, is he scared that he's doing something wrong? Or does he keep us in check so we must respect him and now no one dares to piss him off?
That's true. I don't think anybody on that crew is gonna go out of their way to try to piss off Poseidon again. Too bad for them. I'm sure Poseidon's already got like a major hay boner for Odysseus at this point.
Does a soldier use a wooden horse to kill sleeping Trojans cause he is vile? Or does he throw away his remorse and save more lives with guile? If I became the monster.
Interesting, kind of like talking about himself there, because I think I remember some of you guys saying that it was his idea to do the Trojan thing. I think I even heard that that's why like Poseidon took the form of like a horse when he was like, you know, killing all of his men and like taunting him and yelling at him and stuff. Like he like took on that form as like a way to kind of like taunt Odysseus, you know? That's cool though. It kind of like comes full circle. He's like questioning all of these like monsters in his life and then kind of like also bringing up something that he's done that's like comparable. This is such a cool concept.
I became the monster and threw that guilt away. Would that make us stronger? Would it keep our foes at bay? If I became the monster to everyone but us and made sure we got home again, who would care if we're unjust?
Is this kind of him turning into the monster?
If I became the ruthlessness is mercy
Oh my
upon
God.
ourselves. And deep down I know this well.
Yeah, Yeah, literally. You know it better than anybody else after what you went through with Poseidon.
I lost my best friend, I lost my mentor, my
yeah.
mom, 500 men gone. This can't go on, I must get to see Penelope and Telemachus. So if we must sail through dangerous oceans and beaches, I'll go where Poseidon won't reach us. And if I gotta drop another infant from a wall in an instant so we all don't die, then I'll become the monster. I will deal the blow.
He really is becoming the monster, dude. Oh, that's so wild, dude. I love this musical so much. This is so wild, especially like the difference between like Just a Man, where he was like struggling so hard, and now he's just like, fuck it, I'll kill another infant. Here I thought this song would just be him like contemplating, am I the monster? Am I becoming the monster? But instead it's just like, I will become the monster. I'm the monster now, dog. Oh my God, he really do got that dog in him.
Then I'll become the monster.
Oh my God.
I will deal the blow, and I'll become the monster like none they've ever known. So what if I'm the monster lurking deep below? I must become the monster, and then we'll make it whole. Penelope. I'll become the monster.
Oh, those eyes. Dude, that was so good. Oh my God, yet another banger that I'm gonna have on repeat, dude. Oh, that was so good. I feel like this is hitting like so many niches for me. Like, I love musicals. I love animatics. I love stories that are like, I don't know, like a fall from grace. You know what I mean? Like so many of my favorite stories of all times, like Breaking Bad or like Death Note, are about like falls from grace. So I'm like, I'm all in, baby. This is so cool. Oh man, I just feel like stories like that are like more uncommon, you know? So I get really excited whenever I do see them. I gotta rewatch this one. All the way from the beginning, no pausing, so I can jam out and also see if I missed anything. Oh yeah, and that's why it like hits. Okay, I said no pausing. I paused immediately because I just have to yap. See, I think the reason the beginning of this song is the same as Trojan the Horse is because it's like kind of coming back once again to that idea, am I just a man or am I a monster? But now it's like the conclusion of that kind of like storyline. He's like, nope, I'm no longer a man. I'm just going to become a monster. I've decided. Because, yeah, that's been such a reoccurring theme up until this point. I wonder if we'll keep kind of going back to Just a Man anymore. If it's kind of like, I don't know, finish that storyline almost. Because he decided, he's like, I'm not a man no more. I'm a monster.
Become the monster.
Damn. Why am all of a sudden I'm thinking Odysseus is kind of like all of a sudden Odysseus is kind of hitting different. Friendship ended with Eurylochus. Now I simp for Odysseus. Now that he's becoming evil, I'm like, damn, Odysseus, you're kind of like dude, he was kind of hitting different, especially in those last few frames. I'm like, okay. He looked kind of fine too in that last animatic when it was showing him like in his like final form with the scar. I was like, okay, Odysseus, what's up? I can be your Penelope, come on. I feel like it makes more sense, I guess, why I felt like so kind of like torn when it comes to Odysseus. Like earlier when I said like I didn't know what to think of him, it's not that like I wasn't sure if I liked him or not, because I really enjoy him as a character. He's very interesting, but it's more so like I couldn't tell if he was a good person or not. And I think this song is kind of like clearing that up more for me, because it's like he does these things like he'll spare the Cyclops, but then he also like will leave him maimed and like taunt him. Or like the thing with the baby. It's like, I understand he had to do it to protect his family, but like you also did still kill that baby, dude. And especially too, like how he was just like so willing to kind of like barge into like the Wind God's island, like right after Polites had just died from them barging into the Cyclops' den. It kind of was just like, oh dude, what are you doing? But I don't know. I guess my conclusion is that he is just a man who has now decided to become a monster. I guess it's not a very good answer since I'm kind of just quoting the song titles, but I feel like that is kind of the best way to describe him. He's just a very like morally gray character. He's just a man. He like tries to do the right thing, but he makes mistakes, and like we all do that. But like a lot of these mistakes just have such like dire consequences. You know what I mean? I guess we'll just kind of see how he acts from here on out. I'm assuming it'll be a lot more ruthless. But yeah, thanks guys so much for watching this. Huge shout out to all the animators who made these animatics. I really enjoyed all of them. I've enjoyed all the animatics that I've watched so far quite a bit. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this series. Like I said, I feel like it kind of hits a lot of like niche things that I enjoy a lot. So I'm like, I'm sure y'all can tell I was getting really hyped during this song. I was like, dude, it's like this was made for me. But yeah, thanks guys so much for watching. Please do be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you do enjoy my videos. That kind of stuff does help out a bunch. And yeah, I will see you guys real soon.